Some scary moments there on an Ontario highway, a truck seen billowing smoke. It happened just months after the owner of that truck had the engine replaced for the second time.
Everyone's talking about the truck market crash, but for smart buyers, this is the moment they've been waiting for. The same pickups that cost 90 grand last year are now wholesaling for 50-something. Dealers are desperate, prices are falling fast, and it's turning into a buyer's market overnight. I'm breaking down the 10 trucks dropping hardest and how you can use this crash to score a deal instead of taking a loss. Number 10. GMC Sierra Denali Ultimate. This is GMC's most expensive half-ton truck, the one with all the luxury features, the massive grille, and the sticker prices that were pushing $90,000 to $95,000 when these trucks were new. But the market for ultra-luxury trucks just evaporated overnight, and early buyers are getting absolutely destroyed on value when interest rates were at 3%. Buyers were financing these trucks at $600 payments over 84 months and telling themselves it was fine. Now that rates are at 7 to 8%, those same buyers are looking at $950 to $1,000 monthly payments, and suddenly a $90,000 pickup truck doesn't seem like such a great idea anymore. The data tells the whole story. A 2023 Sierra Denali Ultimate with a 6.2-liter V8 that sold new for $92,000 is now wholesaling at auction for $58,000 to $62,000. That's a $30,000 to $34,000 loss in less than 2 years. Private party values are slightly higher at $65,000 to $68,000, but that still represents a massive depreciation hit that's crushing early buyers. Dealers are stuck with these trucks on their lots because the payment math doesn't work anymore. Even if they discount the truck to $75,000, the monthly payment at current interest rates is still over $800 for a qualified buyer, and most buyers who can afford that payment are choosing to wait because they know prices are still falling. If you bought one of these trucks new in 2022 or 2023, you're deep underwater. And trading it in right now means taking a massive loss. Your best option is to hold it and drive it for at least 5 to 7 years to spread that depreciation over more time. If you're shopping for one, this is absolutely a buyer's market. Target $65,000 or less for a 2023 model with low miles. And do not pay dealer asking prices. These trucks will continue dropping for at least another 6 months. But if you think luxury trucks are hemorrhaging value, wait until you see next, because this one lost 30% in just 14 months. If you want to stay ahead of this market crash, subscribe now. We post the real numbers, not the dealer spin. Number 9. Ram 1500 Limited Longhorn. This is Ram's answer to the GMC Denali and 2023. They were pumping out Longhorns and Limiteds as fast as they could build them, trying to capitalize on the luxury truck boom. Auction data shows a 2023 Ram 1500 Longhorn with the 5.7-liter Hemi that sold for $87,000 is now bringing $59,000 to $63,000 at wholesale. That's a $24,000 to $28,000 loss in 14 to 16 months. Number 8. Ford F-150 Platinum Power Boost. This was supposed to be Ford's game changer, combining a 3.5-liter EcoBoost engine with an electric motor for better fuel economy and that killer onboard generator feature. But the market is rejecting these trucks hard, and values are dropping faster than almost any other F-150 trim. A 2022 Platinum Power Boost that sold for $78,000 new is now wholesaling for $49,000 to $53,000. That's a $25,000 to $29,000 loss in roughly 2 years, which represents 32 to 37% depreciation. The problem is threefold. First, buyers are worried about long-term hybrid system reliability and the cost to replace that hybrid battery once it's out of warranty. Second, the Power Boost fuel economy gains in real-world driving aren't as impressive as the EPA ratings suggest. Owners report 17 to 18 miles per gallon combined, which isn't much better than a standard EcoBoost. And third, the onboard generator feature, while cool, isn't enough of a value add to justify the hybrid premium on the used market. Dealers are seeing resistance from used truck buyers who specifically don't want hybrid systems. They're worried about repair costs down the road, and they're not convinced the technology is proven yet in a full-size truck application. That buyer hesitation is forcing dealers to discount these trucks aggressively just to generate interest. The other issue is that Ford keeps offering huge incentives on new Power Boost trucks to move inventory. When you can get $8,000 to $10,000 off MSRP on a new one, why would anyone pay $55,000 for a 2-year-old used one? The new truck incentives are crushing used values because the price gap isn't wide enough to justify buying used. If you own one, this is not the time to sell unless you absolutely have have to. Values will eventually stabilize, but we're probably 18 to 24 months away from that happening. If you're buying, wait another 3 to 6 months. These trucks haven't bottomed out yet, and you'll likely find better deals as more inventory hits the market. Target $48,000 or less for a 2022 with under 30,000 miles. Hybrid F-150s are struggling, but number 7 is a truck that lost its entire target audience, and the depreciation numbers prove it. Number 7. Chevrolet Silverado High Country. This is Chevy's luxury flagship, the truck that's supposed to compete with GMC Denali and Ram Limited, but it's getting absolutely destroyed in resale value right now. The core issue is that the High Country doesn't have a clear identity in the market. It's trying to be a luxury truck, but it doesn't have the premium brand cachet of a GMC Denali. It's expensive when new. Sticker prices were hitting $75,000 to $82,000, but it doesn't hold value like a Ford Platinum or Ram Longhorn, so buyers are avoiding them on the used market, and that's causing values to crater. Auction data shows a 2023 Silverado High Country with the 6.2-liter V8 that sold for $79,000 new is now bringing $51,000 to $55,000 at wholesale. That's a depreciation hit of $24,000 to $28,000 in less than 18 months. We're seeing 30 to 35% value loss, which is catastrophic for anyone who bought these trucks at or near MSRP. The problem is compounded by the fact that Chevy dealers were selling High Country trucks at $5,000 to $8,000 over MSRP during the peak of the shortage market. Buyers who paid $85,000 to $88,000 for trucks with $79,000 stickers are now completely buried. They owe more than the truck is worth by $15,000 to $20,000, and they're trapped in loans they can't escape without writing massive checks. The other factor is that GM is offering enormous incentives on new Silverado inventory to clear out 2023 and 2024 models before the refreshed 2025 arrives. We're seeing $12,000 to $15,000 off MSRP on leftover High Country trucks, which means a new one can be had for $65,000 to $70,000. At those prices, why would anyone pay $58,000 for a used one with 20,000 miles? Current owners should not trade these trucks unless absolutely necessary. The loss is too severe. If you're shopping, these represent decent value if you can get them at the right price. Target $50,000 or less for a 2023 with low miles, and be prepared to negotiate hard because dealers know these trucks are hard to sell. High Country Silverados are tanking, but what comes next is even worse because it combines value loss with a shrinking buyer pool. Number 6. Nissan Titan Pro 4X. The depreciation numbers on Titans are some of the worst in the entire pickup truck segment. A 2022 Titan Pro 4X that sold new for $57,000 is now wholesaling at auction for $31,000 to $34,000. That's a $23,000 to $26,000 loss in roughly 3 years, representing 40 to 45% depreciation. We're talking about a truck losing nearly half its value in 3 years, which is absolutely brutal for anyone who financed one. The core problem is that Nissan doesn't have the brand loyalty or resale reputation of Toyota, Ford, or Chevy in the truck market. Buyers shopping for used trucks actively avoid Titans because they're worried about reliability, parts availability, and future resale when they eventually want to sell. That stigma, whether deserved or not, is killing Titan values. Dealers straight up don't want these trucks. We talked to multiple used car dealers who said they won't take Titans on trade because they can't sell them. One dealer in Arizona said he had a 2021 Titan Pro 4X on his lot for 194 days before he finally sold it at a loss just to get it off his books. That kind of aging inventory ties up cash and hurts profitability, so dealers have learned to just avoid Titans entirely. The other issue is that Nissan has been offering massive rebates and incentives on new Titans for years. When you can get $8,000 to $12,000 off a new Titan, the used market collapses because buyers would rather just buy new with a warranty. This creates a death spiral where used values drop, which makes new trucks with rebates look more attractive, which drives used values even lower. If you own a Titan, you're stuck. Trading it means taking a catastrophic loss. Your only option is to drive it into the ground and get 10 to 12 years out of it to spread that depreciation over time. If you're shopping and you need a full-size truck on a budget, Titans represent incredible value at $30,000 to $35,000 for low-mileage examples. Just understand you're buying a truck with poor resale, so plan to keep it long-term. Titans are value nightmares, but the next truck is a truck that depreciated so fast it's making headlines and lawsuits. Number 5. Ford F-150 Lightning. Ford's all-electric pickup truck was supposed to revolutionize the truck market, but instead it's become one of the fastest depreciating vehicles in automotive history. The numbers are staggering. A 2023 F-150 Lightning Lariat that sold for $73,000 new is now bringing $42,000 to $46,000 at auction. That's a $27,000 to $31,000 loss in just 12 to 16 months. We're seeing depreciation rates of 37 to 42% in the first year, which is absolutely unprecedented for Ford trucks. The problem is that the EV truck market completely stalled. Early adopters bought Lightnings at full MSRP or even markups, expecting electric trucks to hold value like gasoline F-150s always have. But the reality is that mainstream truck buyers aren't ready for electric trucks yet. Range anxiety when towing, charging infrastructure concerns, and uncertainty about battery longevity are all keeping buyers away from used electric trucks. Ford made the problem worse by cutting Lightning prices on new trucks by up to $10,000 to stimulate demand. When Ford drops the MSRP on a new Lightning from $73,000 to $63,000, everyone who paid full price gets crushed. Their trucks instantly lost $10,000 in value overnight because of Ford's pricing decisions, and those early buyers are furious. We're seeing Lightnings sit on dealer lots for 150 to 200 days, which is unheard of for F-150s. Dealers are offering huge discounts just to move them. We found examples of dealers advertising $15,000 to $18,000 off asking prices on used Lightnings. That level of discounting indicates pure desperation to clear inventory. Battery degradation concerns are also hurting values. Buyers don't know how these truck batteries will perform at 5, 7, or 10 years old, and they're not willing to gamble with a $45,000 used truck that might need a $20,000 battery replacement down the road. If you own a Lightning, do not sell it unless you absolutely have to. You will take a catastrophic loss. If you're shopping, this could be an opportunity if you understand the risks. Target $40,000 or less for a well-equipped 2023. Verify battery health with Ford's diagnostic tools, and only buy if you have home charging and don't need to tow regularly. Electric trucks are struggling hard, but gas trucks are also losing value just as fast, and for completely different reasons. Number 4. Ram 2500 Laramie Diesel. A 2021 Ram 2500 Laramie Diesel that sold for $68,000 new is now wholesaling for $43,000 to $47,000. That's a $21,000 to $25,000 loss in 3 to 4 years, representing 30 to 37% depreciation. For a heavy-duty diesel truck, that's extremely unusual and signals a major market shift. The problem is that diesel fuel prices remain elevated compared to gasoline, and buyers are doing the cost analysis and realizing that the diesel premium doesn't make financial sense unless you're towing heavy and frequently. We're talking about diesel fuel that costs 60 to 80 cents more per gallon than regular gasoline in most markets. Over the course of a year, that adds up to significant extra fuel costs that buyers are trying to avoid. The other factor is that Ram significantly increased production of diesel trucks during 2021 and 2022, flooding the market with inventory. Now all those trucks are coming off 3-year leases and hitting the used market simultaneously. When you have hundreds of diesel Rams all competing for buyers at the same time, prices drop hard and fast. Emission system repairs are also scaring away buyers. The modern diesel emission systems with DEF, DPF, and EGR components are complex and expensive to fix when they fail. We're seeing repair bills of $4,000 to $7,000 when these systems go wrong, and buyers are factoring that risk into what they're willing to pay for a used diesel truck. One dealer in Oklahoma told us that 5 years ago, a used Cummins Ram would sell in 7 to 10 days. Now they're sitting on the lot for 60 to 90 days, and they're having to discount them by $5,000 to $7,000 just to generate interest. That extended time on lot is killing dealer profitability and forcing them to get more aggressive with pricing. If you own one and you tow heavy regularly, keep it. If you don't tow heavy, consider trading for a gas truck before values drop further. If you're shopping, these represent good value if you actually need diesel power. Target $45,000 or less for a 2021 with under 60,000 miles, and verify all emission system components are functioning properly. Heavy-duty diesels are softening, but another mid-size truck is getting crushed by competition, and the numbers are ugly. Number 3. Chevrolet Colorado ZR2. GM's answer to the Toyota Tacoma TRD and Ford Ranger Raptor launched with high expectations and even higher prices, but the market rejected it completely, and depreciation has been devastating. A 2023 Colorado ZR2 that sold new for $52,000 is now wholesaling at auction for $34,000 to $37,000. That's a $15,000 to $18,000 loss in just 12 to 18 months, representing 28 to 34% depreciation. For a mid-size truck, those are full-size truck depreciation numbers, and Colorado buyers are getting crushed financially. The problem is that the Colorado is priced too close to full-size trucks when new, and that pricing mistake is destroying used values. When you can buy a used Silverado 1500 with more capability and similar features for the same money or less than a used Colorado, why would anyone choose the smaller truck? The value proposition doesn't make sense, and buyers are voting with their wallets. The ZR2 specifically has an identity crisis. It's supposed to be an off-road performance truck, but it doesn't have the reputation or capability of a Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro or Ford Ranger Raptor. So off-road enthusiasts are avoiding it, and mainstream truck buyers don't want to pay the ZR2 premium for features they won't use. That leaves the ZR2 stuck in the middle, with no clear buyer base. GM's incentives on new Colorados are also killing used values. We're seeing $6,000 to $8,000 in rebates on new 2024 models, which makes used 2023 trucks a tough sell. Why buy a year-old truck with 20,000 miles when you can get a new one with a full warranty for only a few thousand more? Colorado owners who bought at MSRP are underwater and should hold the truck long-term. If you're shopping, these represent value if you want a mid-size truck, and you can get a ZR2 for $32,000 or less. But understand you're buying a truck with weak resale, so plan to keep it for 7 to 10 years. Mid-size trucks are hurting, but number 2 is an import that was supposed to be bulletproof, and the depreciation is shocking everyone. Number 2, Toyota Tundra TRD Pro. A 2023 Tundra TRD Pro that sold for $72,000 new is now bringing $51,000 to $54,000 at auction. That's an $18,000 to $21,000 loss in 12 to 18 months, representing 25 to 29% depreciation. For a Toyota truck, these are catastrophic numbers that go against everything the brand represents. The problem is that buyers are rejecting the new generation Tundra. The switch from the old reliable 5.7-liter V8 to the new twin-turbo 3.5-liter V6 has created massive trust issues. Toyota truck buyers are conservative. They want proven powertrains, and the twin-turbo V6 feels like a risky experiment. That buyer skepticism is crushing resale values on new generation Tundras. The hybrid iForce Max models are doing even worse. Buyers don't want hybrid complexity in a truck that's supposed to be simple and reliable. They're worried about long-term hybrid battery costs and system failures that the old generation Tundra never had to deal with. This is creating a two-tier market where old generation Tundras hold value while new generation trucks drop like stones. We're also seeing quality control issues that are hurting buyer confidence. Reports of engine vibration, transmission shudder, and electronics glitches are all over Tundra forums. When a Toyota has quality issues, it's news because that's not supposed to happen. Every quality complaint gets amplified because it goes against the brand's reputation, and that's making buyers think twice before paying premium prices for used Tundras. The TRD Pro premium is evaporating on the used market. When new, TRD Pro trucks commanded $8,000 to $12,000 over a standard Tundra. On the used market, that premium is down to $3,000 to $5,000 because buyers aren't willing to pay for off-road features they probably won't use. If you bought a new Tundra in 2022 or 2023, hold it and drive it for at least 5 years. The loss is already baked in. If you're shopping, this is an opportunity to get into a Tundra at significant discount. Target $50,000 or less for a 2023 TRD Pro with low miles. And now, last but not least, number 1, Rivian R1T. The numbers are absolutely catastrophic. A 2023 Rivian R1T Adventure that sold for $78,000 new is now bringing $41,000 to $44,000 at auction. That's a $34,000 to $37,000 loss in just 1 year. We're talking about 43 to 47% depreciation in 12 months, which is the worst we've documented in modern automotive history for a pickup truck. The problem is that Rivian keeps cutting prices on new trucks to generate sales, and every price cut destroys used truck values. Early buyers paid $80,000 to $90,000. Then Rivian dropped prices to $70,000, then $65,000. Each price reduction is a slap in the face to existing owners who watch their truck lose $10,000 in value overnight because of company company pricing decisions. Buyer confidence in Rivian as a company is also a major factor. There are real questions about whether Rivian will survive long-term, and buyers don't want to own a truck from a company that might not be around in 5 years. What happens to parts availability and service support if Rivian goes under? That uncertainty is crushing resale values because buyers are factoring in the risk that their truck becomes an expensive paperweight. The R1T is also impractical as a daily truck for most buyers. The bed is small, the range when towing is terrible. We're talking 100 to 130 miles when pulling a trailer, and charging infrastructure for trucks towing trailers basically doesn't exist, so the target market is incredibly narrow, which limits demand on the used market. Insurance costs for Rivians are also shockingly high. Multiple owners report annual insurance premiums of $2,500 to $3,000 because replacement parts are expensive and repair shops don't know how to work on them yet. When you factor in high insurance costs on top of steep depreciation, the total cost of ownership becomes unacceptable for most buyers. If you own a Rivian R1T, you're facing the worst depreciation situation in the truck market. Do not sell unless you absolutely must. If you're shopping, only buy if you get it for $40,000 or less. You have home charging, you never tow, and you're comfortable with the risk that Rivian might not survive. The truck market crash isn't coming. It's already here. Some of these models have lost more than $30,000 in under 2 years, and the drop isn't done yet. If you already own one, hold it. If you're shopping, wait, or use this data to negotiate hard. And if you want to stay ahead of the next wave of price cuts, make sure you subscribe and join the community. I'll keep showing you where values are falling and where the real deals are hiding. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.